Yeah, what's up, everyone? I don't care. Okay. Yeah, I'm just getting everything situated. If you're in the chat room, welcome. Why the fuck doesn't it share to this? I need to find a way for it to share on my actual like show page instead of my private one. I just need to edit one more thing and then I'll get that. Come on. Why is this thing going incredibly slow tonight? Alright, let's see if I can get that. Devin. He's online, and he said he'd be ready by 6:30, and yet he's not answering his call. There we go. Hello? 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 Devin.
Hello?
Okay, I can hear you. Hello?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
No, I cannot fucking hear you.
Shit, hold on. Alright, now can you hear me?
Unfortunately, yes.
Whatever, you know you miss my voice.
That's debatable.
Quick question. How do I sound?
All right, like you normally, you sound like you normally do. Why?
Do you hear like would you happen to hear like a swooshing sound?
Um, I guess, but it's not a thing normal. I always hear static and kind of sounds when I'm talking to you. So it's not really anything different.
Shit, that might be the fan. Anyways, hey, yeah, I already went live before I called you, like a minute before I called you.
Wow. Okay.
No, I didn't talk about anything. I was just testing everything out to see if it would work or not.
Okay.
Anywho, I'm going to start playing the intro.
Welcome to the Drew Yari Show.
What's going on?
That.
What's going on, everybody? It is Wednesday, June 13th, 2018. It's 6:30 p.m. Welcome to the show. I'm your host, as always, Yari, and with me is my co-host,
Devin.
Devin.
What's good? How you doing? What's great?
It's like, are you Campbell's soup or something? You're good?
Mm-hmm. That's right. I'll be someone's like, good.
Tastes good.
Future husband or wife, it's gonna be, tasty.
Oh, man. So, how's your day been so far?
I just lazy, I guess. I woke up like 20 minutes ago.
You didn't go to Heroes early?
I did. That was earlier though.
I
went to Heroes around 1-ish.
What'd you get?
Something like that. I got my goodies.
You giddies.
I got the next issue of the new Witchblade. I got Thor. I got the new Thor #1. And I got Venom, Scooby-Doo Apocalypse, and Dazzler.
Dazzler, like from X-Men?
The X-Men, yeah.
Oh,
She had a single issue that came out last week that I completely forgot. And I saw that on the shelf, and I'm like, Dazzler! So I had to get Dazzler, because I like Dazzler. She's fucking bomb.
Just so that you know, if you hear any noise in the back, I changed my mic settings. So you might be hearing my mic settings to
okay.
just kind of test it out, see if I can get rid of that shh sound.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, so yeah, Dazzler, you got that. I'm probably gonna wait this weekend to go back to get more of my shit. I'm kind of interested in that new Wolverine that just came out.
You're cutting out.
And Thor.
Oh yeah, Thor.
The new Thor that just came out, and Iron Man.
Iron Man doesn't come out till next week.
Oh, then I'll probably just wait.
Because Iron Man 1 doesn't come out until next week. Well, it's not. Yeah, it's not. Otherwise, there would have been a whole frenzy there because they're having like an opening, a release party thing for it, and I'm just like, why? Are people that pissed because Ironheart was in the head of Iron Man comics for a while? And they're like, oh my god, participating comic book shops are going to have release parties in honor of a white man being of Tony Stark that we all have known, becoming Iron Man again. Like, come on. You didn't do that for Thor. I don't get it. So you want to have a release party for Iron Man, but you didn't have one for Thor? Hello?
I don't know.
It's weird, but they're having like a release. They're having like a release party countdown thingy. I don't know if it's gonna be a midnight release or whatever, but I know it's gonna be like a big. It's a big deal. Apparently, it's like okay. I mean, I'm probably gonna read it. That's cool because he ends up having a romance with with Wasp.
Mm-hmm.
Janet Van Dyne, the original Wasp. So,
doesn't Tony who hasn't Tony been with in the Marvel universe?
and this is true. It's only a matter of time before he sucks off on Thor. Oh, too much?
Yeah, that's a little too much. No,
I mean, I'm just saying. It's only a matter of time.
yeah, and then I read Cap's kind of a little whore.
Cap a whore? I don't know about that. I don't know anything. I don't know anyone who he's hooked up with. I know
The only thing,
Stark is hooked up with everybody that has everyone that has a vagina. He's hooked up with at least once.
well, the only thing I read about Cap, who he hooked up with, is Scarlet Witch.
Who?
Scarlet Witch.
Oh, ew. Okay.
Why ew?
Because I don't see those two together. Ew. That's kind of gross.
Every superhero has at least humped someone at least once.
Well, what's also weird is Iron Man made sweet monkey love to Gamora. That's even weirder.
How can he not hump Gamora?
Well, let me put it this way: Gamora was obviously the runner of the party.
Yeah.
He participated. He was just there.
Yeah, well, that's Tony Stark for you.
No, that's Gamora. She ran the show. That's just weird.
So
These weird hookups. It's almost as bad as Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver in the Ultimate Universe.
yeah, that's just why would they put incest in a comic book?
It's just awful.
I mean, it's not as bad as like anything Garth Ennis does.
As who?
Garth Ennis.
Oh,
Do you know who
Yeah.
that is?
sure. I totally do. Totally do. No,
Yeah,
totally.
basically he's in charge of like a lot of the more fucked up comics like Preacher. Or, he did some Punisher runs. It was the ones like the Punisher Max series,
Yeah.
and he did Preacher. He did a couple other things I'm forgetting. He did a comic called The Crust or Crust.
Oh, yeah.
I take it you heard of it.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's basically, if anyone doesn't know what it is, it's basically it has an interesting premise. Like, instead of zombies, it's more like a virus infects a town where they don't become zombies, but their inner like darkest desires come out. So it's basically just a series of like fucked up shit.
Oh, fun facts all around. Spoilers ahead. I'm looking through the Thor comic, kind of skimming through what's happening. And it turns out it starts jumping back in time again because you get old man Thor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, not old man Thor, King Thor. He has another segment in here again. And it turns out at the very end, you see the Phoenix again. And the Phoenix is what looks to be Logan. Old man Logan? Because I'm like, who dat? And then I just see his claws. Now I'm like, oh, it's Logan. It's Wolverine.
His big meaty claws.
Did you know he's coming when he comes back? Or he is coming back. But he's getting new powers too.
Yeah, they like to add shit on shit.
Like, he can heat up his claws now. Which I'm just like, oh, okay. Alright, that's cool. I mean, cauterize the wound when you cut into it, sure.
I mean, it's already bad enough that he has animanium claws, but let's just make him light on fire.
I mean, hey, it's a service, because when you cut somebody, it cauterizes it at the same time.
Yeah, why the
He's
fuck?
doing them a service.
So, did you want to start with the whole AT&T Time Warner thing, or the Comcast and Disney thing?
that Comcast is still trying.
Well, no,
and
it
they're
just came
still
out.
trying.
It just came out today that they topped Disney's bid.
Oh yeah, and at the same time, Disney's going to top them again because they're coming out with a counteroffer too. Disney's going to win.
Disney
Disney's
has.
going to win.
Well, basically, Rupert Murdoch, who's in charge of who owns Fox, he's basically just going to sell to the highest bidder, and they have until July 10th to decide.
Mm-hmm.
Disney basically has more money than God at this point.
Yeah, they're gonna win. They're gonna win. If they don't win, they're gonna buy all the properties they want from Comcast. So they're gonna get what they want regardless.
They see Comcast's offer like, okay, that's cute.
Yeah, exactly.
We're gonna take our Infinity War and Black Panther money that we made this year and just top you motherfuckers.
Did you know Infinity War went over $2 billion already?
Yeah.
It's the number 4 most top grossing movie of all time now.
And it came out almost 2 months ago, and it's still making more money.
Yeah. And that makes it now Disney has 5 movies in the top 10 top grossing movies of all time. 4 of them Marvel, 1 of them Star Wars.
Yeah.
That's insane.
What are
Disney's sitting high.
What are some non-Star Wars and Marvel movies that are?
Well, you got Warner
Brothers.
Brothers. Warner Brothers.
No. I was saying, with Disney, besides Marvel and Star Wars, which one of their other films, are their?
That's all. I mean, in the top 10, that's all there is from Disney. Is Marvel, 4 Marvel and 1 Star Wars. That's it in the top 10. That's it. Everything else, Frozen was up there, but now Frozen's in the top 20. Mm-hmm. But as far as top 10, all of Disney stuff is there 1 Star Wars, I think it's The Force Awakens, and then it's Infinity War, Black Panther, I think Ultron, and the first Avengers. I think are the other 2. So yeah, they have 5 films in there, 1 Star Wars, and the rest are Marvel. So Disney's sitting all high and mighty right now. The only thing they haven't beaten yet is Avatar, and Avatar is Fox. And that still has the top gross film of all time. So they still have that.
Betty, she loves Avatar. It's her favorite movie. I don't know. I personally think that movie's overrated.
It's James Cameron. He can't do no wrong. He's perfect. Because it's top 2 great films of all time are James Cameron. Titanic is second, and then Avatar is number 1. James Cameron's just he can take 20 years to make a movie. He can die in the middle of it, and it's still going to come out, and it's still going to be the most top-grossing movie of all time.
Oh, do you have any interest? Do you have any interest in seeing the Avatar sequels?
Hell yeah, bitch! I've been waiting for almost 10 years. Actually, it's been 10 years next year. I've been waiting almost 10 years to see the next goddamn movie of that fucking series. Okay, I want to see it now.
All right. I'm pulling up the list right now. Highest grossing films of all time. Avatar, sitting pretty at number 1.
Yeah.
Titanic. So James Cameron has the top 2, highest grossing films ever made.
Like he should.
Star Wars: Force Awakens.
Yeah.
Infinity War is at number 4. Jurassic World.
Mm-hmm. One Universal.
The Avengers. Furious 7.
2.
Age of Ultron. Black Panther. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2.
Yep.
Last Jedi. Would you care if I go through the whole list, or it doesn't matter?
How long is the list?
It's a really fucking long list, and this computer's going really fucking slow. Hold on.
I only care about the top. I don't care about our top 20.
It's
probably mostly Disney anyway.
It's 50. It's 50 movies.
Mm.
The 50th highest grossing movie of all time is Spider-Man 3.
Oh, it's gonna be a shame when Spider-Man 3 gets kicked off the list.
What else is on here? Transformers: Age of Extinction is number 21. Ugh.
I mean, I like the Transformers series.
No, Devin, please, no.
I like it. I like it for what it is. It's a fun turn your brain off and just watch big robots smash each other.
How is it fun?
I like it. I enjoyed
suck.
all the movies.
The first
I haven't
movie,
seen the last one.
The first movie was good. They all suck after that.
In your opinion,
And it's not just my opinion; it's everybody else.
but then why do people keep going seeing it, and why does it keep making a shit ton of money? Good sir.
Because
Apparently, not everyone thinks that because everyone still goes and sees it.
Because kids see it. Kids like Michael Bay's bullshit.
Kids, that's funny because when I go to the theater, most of the time it's people our age, not kids,
Whatever.
going to
Anyway,
see Transformers.
whatever. The point is, Michael Bay sucks, and he should stop making movies.
Oh my god, Michael Bay! If it wasn't for Michael Bay, I wouldn't have The Purge. The Purge is great.
Michael Bay would shit on your chest, and you'd be like, "That was great."
Okay, Michael Bay is not like, oh my god, amazing, oh my god, I love all his films, because the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles can go suck a dick.
I actually like those.
Oh god, shut up, ew. Those are,
Hey,
I can't.
they were passable. I'm not saying that they were amazing, but they were.
and
Passable.
you're gonna bag on me about Transformers. Go fuck yourself.
You go fuck yourself.
Oh my god, Transformers suck. Oh my god, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is everything. Whatever.
Whatever. I don't recall saying epic. I just said passable, but whatever.
That's stretching it right there.
Speaking of which, what'd you think about the Bumblebee trailer?
I actually haven't watched the Bumblebee trailer yet, so I don't know.
Why the fuck
I haven't
not?
watched it. I don't know. I'm like, cool, Bumblebee, great. And I haven't. I completely forgot that it even existed. I probably should go watch the trailer because I'm probably gonna watch the movie because Bumblebee is kind of a cool character, but I don't know if he's cool enough to have his own movie though.
The only thing I can say about it, it looks passable. I don't know much about Haley Steinfeld. I mean, she's
great.
She's apparently been around for a while, and she's like barely 21.
Yeah, she was on Pitch Perfect and all this other crap.
And John Cena, for whatever reason, is a villain in it.
I heard about that too, and I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, if anything else, this might be funny.
So, for all the wrestling fans, you finally get to see John Cena turn heel. Speaking of which, you said you have to get out at like at 7:30, right?
Well, I might. It just depends. He hasn't told me one way or another. He'll let me know, and he's going to get me around 8. So I'm at least here until probably 7:45 to 8 o'clock. So I'm here for a while.
All right. Well, right after you get off, for all the fans, well, before I get into anything, Wednesday is now our new scheduled day at 6:30 p.m. Sundays are going to be optional depending on what I have available. This Sunday, I will be doing a pay-per-view review show for Money in the Bank, where a friend of mine named Bob will be joining me.
Okay, cool.
Fingers crossed, hopefully he gets on. But, from the way it looks, he'll be on. And this will be directly right after the pay-per-view's over. So, right after Devin gets off, I will be doing a predictions review for Money in the Bank this Sunday.
Ew.
That's what I said if you get off.
Yeah, I know.
Bitch. Anyways.
So, also, so you know, next Wednesday, if I remember correctly, I'm going to look at my schedule. I think I close that day. So I might not be able to do next Wednesday. I'll let you know when I go into work tomorrow.
That's fine.
Because after today, I work for a whole week straight until Thursday. So.
If you can't get on, that's fine. I can see if I can find somebody else, or I'll just do a solo show. It is what it is.
I'll let you know.
I mean, because I've been meaning to do, or to actually have a schedule for this show instead of just saying, hey, we're on Tuesday, hey, we're on Thursday, hey, we're going to be at, midnight on Friday.
Yeah.
It's better, to have a schedule so that way you bring in, viewers.
You're right.
So if you can't make it next Wednesday, that's fine.
Okay. I'll let you know.
All right. What were we just talking about? Oh yeah, the whole Comcast and Disney thing. Comcast, they topped Disney's bid for Disney's original bid was like $52 billion, I believe, and Comcast $64. So now Disney has to top that, which that's like basically breathing for them.
They're gonna do it. They're gonna win. If I was Disney, you know what I'd do? I'd wait to the last possible moment and just be like, oh no, we're gonna lose. Oh my god. And then like a day or two before, slip them under the table like twice as much as they're offering. And then on the day of, we choose Disney, and just have it come out of nowhere. That's what I would do.
Yeah, like I said, Disney has more money than God at this point. So
Yes, this is true. They do.
we're not going to worry about Disney. Speaking of mergers, Time Warner and AT&T officially merged yesterday.
Well, they didn't officially merge. They got approved to merge. The merge ain't going to happen it's going to be a while, but the government approved that they can.
So kind of enlighten me. What would this mean for both companies, or for Time Warner in general?
Basically, I don't know if they'll change anything about Time Warner, but AT&T, what their game plan is they wanted to buy a shit ton of content. Doesn't matter what it is. Basically, they wanted to buy a shit ton of content so they can make their own streaming service and compete with Netflix. And since they bought Warner Brothers and DC and all this other stuff, that's exactly what they got. They got a shit ton of content. So word around the street, from what I have been watching and reading, is that basically AT&T just wants to have a shit ton of content, do an online streaming service. And they got a shit ton of that with Warner Brothers, so...
So would it affect anyone that has like Time Warner, products like Spectrum?
I mean, AT&T will own you. I mean, I don't know how that's going to affect. I'm surprised that they approved that, because that means AT&T will own DirecTV and Time Warner's whatever Time Warner's cable service is, and of course Time Warner's internet service Spectrum, and of course their own internet service for AT&T. So I don't know how the government approved that, because that seemed a bit monopolizing, just a smidge.
Hey, if they allowed Kevin Durant to join the Golden State Warriors, then they're going to allow this shit to happen.
So there shouldn't be any reason why Fox couldn't get bought out by Disney then.
It'll happen.
And of course, if that happens, it also goes into the war on who owns Hulu. Because Hulu is split between the major companies, and if Disney buys Fox, does that mean Disney's going to be the biggest shareholder of Hulu and technically have the most stock and own it, essentially? That's one of the talks went around. So.
From what I read, Disney wouldn't own all of Hulu. They would own maybe like a part of it.
They would own the biggest chunk, because they would own Fox's content and, of course, theirs. So they would own the biggest chunk out of the companies, which technically, since they own the biggest chunk, they're the ones that have the biggest say. So that's what the whole conflict is. Because they don't own Sony and the other companies, Warner Brothers and all that, who would be part of Hulu. But they would have the biggest chunk. That's the whole issue, or talk about it, is that Disney would have all the say. And of course, 9 times out of 10, what Disney would probably do is Disney would probably pull everything from Hulu and be like, fuck y'all, we're going to make our own streaming service that we've been planning to do it, and have a shit ton of Disney, Fox, Pixar, all their anime films, all Marvel, onto their humongous streaming service, which, I'm sorry, if it's as great as I keep hearing it's probably going to be, I'm going to spend, I don't know how much money on that sucker. I'm going to buy it.
So, I think you might answer this already. How would this affect Warner Brothers, specifically, DC's movies?
I don't know. They didn't talk about that. The only thing AT&T wants is just content, and that's what they got. As far as like what they're going to do with the DC, God only knows. I mean, it can't be any worse than what Warner Brothers is doing with it, right?
I mean, do you think that it can be like when Disney bought Marvel?
I don't know. Who knows? Maybe. If they're smart.
So, I don't know.
If they're smart.
I mean, as a fan, you want it to get better.
Yeah.
I
mean, the head of DC left already.
Yeah.
Apparently, a guy dropped down again, and it's like, isn't that the second time somebody dropped out?
Geoff Johns.
Yeah.
He left the comics portion, and now he's going to focus on writing and directing a Green Lantern Corps movie.
I see. Okay.
And the talk is that DC wants They want Sterling K. Brown and Justin Hartley to play the leads.
Interesting.
They want Sterling K. Brown to play Jon Stewart, and they want Justin Hartley, who played Green Arrow in Smallville, to play Hal Jordan.
Okay.
So, I'd watch that. That sounds like an interesting cast.
You want to hear some crackpot theories that have been going around
Go ahead and let
about
me.
DC?
Go ahead.
So there's some hardcore DC movie fans out there that they are certain that Warner Brothers is going to announce the Zack Snyder cut, his original the cut of the film of Justice League, and I'm like, bitch, it's not going to happen. Do you know why? Because Warner Bros. Is not going to spend a shit ton of money on special effects for a movie that wasn't even completely finished.
And how would that make the movie better, though?
Who fucking knows? Because they all think Joss Whedon ruined fucking everything. And I'm just like, really, guys?
Well, he kind of did, but...
No, honestly, it wasn't... It had parts of it that was terrible, but having it completely blame on Joss Whedon is a bunch of crock of shit. I guarantee you Sliders would not have been any better.
It's like Zack Snyder is one of those guys where it's just like visually his movies look good, but the rest of his movie sucks.
Because it's like, he made Batman v Superman. Aside from a few parts here and there, the movie wasn't that great.
It was hot garbage.
It was hot garbage, exactly. It's like Wonder Woman, and some of the fight scenes were pretty cool, and some of the stuff was all right. I was like, okay, it's a pretty good movie. And then it came into Martha. His mother's name is Martha, and then I was like, okay, no, this is hot garbage.
Martha.
He made that. What makes fans think that his cut of Justice League, if they were to put all that extra money into the special effects and everything that was before it was changed? What makes you think they're going to do that? They're not going to put themselves more on the hold than they already were with the first Justice League. That's stupid. I'd be like, unless you're Disney and have that shit ton of money, Warner Brothers doesn't have all that kind of shit ton of money just lying around where they can do whatever the heck they want regardless if it passes or fails. They're not Disney. They can't do that. And I don't think they will.
I don't know. It's just people they want a reason to just make their lives whole, I guess. And it's just like the first Justice League, I didn't hate it. I mean, I actually enjoyed it, but it was bad.
I liked parts of it. I liked everything but the villain. The villain was kind of stupid.
Yeah, the villain was very one-dimensional. It was one of those things where it's just like when he was on screen, it just he basically, his graphics look like, first generation PlayStation.
Yeah, and you know what's even sadder about Steppenwolf? They released sketches of what do they call it? Concept art of Steppenwolf. The concept art, I'm like, why did we get that Steppenwolf? Because that Steppenwolf looks bomb as hell. Where did that go? And then wasn't Darkseid supposed to be mentioned in the movie and not be like, oh, it's Steppenwolf? Because Steppenwolf is nothing more than a lackey.
Well, he was mentioned in what's it called? He wasn't mentioned, but he was kind of like
he was vaguely talked about, yeah. In
Batman v Superman.
Yeah, but you would think he'd mention in Justice League if Steppenwolf is there.
Yeah, well, DC's they're in a rut. It just seems like it's like you have the material. Why do you keep fucking with it? Exactly,
and to blame it all on Joss Whedon, that's unfair. Because it was already a shit show probably before he even got there. So to all blame it on him is just absurd.
I mean, you can't blame it on him. The only thing that you can maybe call into question is, you just got the director spot and you're doing reshoots, and then you bring in Henry Cavill, who can't shave his mustache, so you decide to fucking CGI it off.
Yeah.
What did you think about that? Like, what was your whole take on the whole CGI mustache?
Okay, well, contracts, he couldn't, obviously.
Yeah.
Because he was doing another movie at the time and he needed that mustache. It was some spy movie that he was doing.
Mission Impossible.
No.
Mission
I don't
Impossible.
think so.
Mission Impossible.
I thought I thought it was Uncle What's His Face.
No, he did that before Justice League.
But
Yeah,
is he in Mission Impossible?
yeah, bro. That's Mission Impossible.
Another shitty franchise. Anyway,
Hey, the new one looks cool.
I don't. It looks, but I mean, it'd be better just get rid of Tom Cruise. I just don't like Tom Cruise.
Right.
That's all it comes down to. I don't like him as an actor. He's kind of a shitty actor. Anyway,
No, he's a good
aside
actor.
from my rant, aside from my rant of Tom Cruise on how terrible he is,
Fuck you.
the fact that they CGI his mustache, that didn't bother me. Even during watching the movie, for the most part, it wasn't that bad. There's only a few times where I was like, that looks a little weird, but aside from that, it didn't look absolutely dreadful. Like 110% is awful. Now, were there fan edits that people edited that looked better than that? Yeah, almost certainly. There's all over the internet. People are like, I could have done this better, and they did. But was it the worst thing? Aside from a few scenes here and there, that's like a weird angle, and you're just like, that looks weird. Where's his upper lip? I mean, it wasn't the worst. It wasn't the thing that killed the movie for me. Let's put it that way.
No, I mean, it didn't bother me. A lot of people were like, this movie is shit because of that. I'm like...
But no, it's shit because of other reasons.
It's like, that's the reason why it's shit? Because of his CGI mustache? Like, I mean, the biggest... okay, here's what I kind of, take away from it. Wonder Woman, of course, is Wonder Woman. Bruce Wayne's a dick. But then again, that's not surprising. Superman, I think, was just probably the best Superman that Henry Cavill has done since taking on the role. Because I'm not even a Superman fan, but in the first Man of Steel, or just in Man of Steel, he didn't really hit the mark, in my opinion.
No, he really didn't. I didn't even bother watching the movie. I saw scenes of it, and I was like, no.
And then in Batman v Superman, same thing. He just didn't really hit the mark. In this one, he was only in it for like 20 minutes, and it's like that's probably the best Superman he's done.
True.
So, and then Flash, they just made him, retarded,
Flash.
pretty much.
I mean, Flash wasn't retarded. Flash was probably one of the better characters in the movie.
He's like, hey guys, I'm a geek, and I'm funny, and I can't fight, but I can run fast.
I mean, that's kind of Flash, though, before he becomes a badass.
Yeah, but on the show, Barry Allen isn't a complete goof like he is in this movie.
Well, I mean, given granted, they're probably going for a Flash. Because I just got this shit. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing yet. I'm trying to figure it out as I go.
So
I didn't give too much flack.
Look at me, I'm running. Oh no, I tripped.
I didn't give too much slack to the Flash. I'm still looking forward to the movie because the actor's pretty good. But
and then
I didn't give too much flack to them.
And then Aquaman, they have to remind you how manly he is.
Who?
Jason Momoa.
Oh, I'm still waiting for his movie. His movie better be good, or I'm pretty much... If Aquaman's going to fail, then that's the point where I'm just like, okay, DC's done for. DC's... it's bury a grave. I'm going to help bury a grave because DC's done for if Aquaman doesn't hit it. Because he can't ride it back on Wonder Woman forever.
Nah, and then... well, let me finish. And then Cyborg was just kind of there.
So why put Cyborg... That's one of my biggest things. Why put Cyborg there? Cyborg... I mean... They should put Cyborg in the Teen Titans, not the Justice League. They should put Martian Manhunter instead.
Booyah. Personally.
And I swear to God, they do Martian Manhunter and they screw him up, and it's Justice in the DCEU. I'm going to be so goddamn mad. Ugh. I will be livid. Because I love Martian Manhunter.
What'd you think of Deathstroke?
Deathstroke? Oh. It was alright. It was alright.
When he showed up at the end of the movie.
I'm like, oh, Slade!
Yeah, like some dude behind us was like... Some dude behind us was like, Deathstroke! I'm like, dude, relax.
Bitch, that's Slade!
Yeah, and then on Arrow, they can't use Deathstroke now because of the movie.
I can't see why not. Because they're not in the same universe, the multiverse, and I can't see why not.
Yeah, same thing on Gotham. The guy who's playing the Joker, they can't call him the Joker or give him green hair because of the movie.
Again, I can't see why not. It's a whole multiversal thing, goddammit.
Which is like, if you're going to do that, you might as well cancel Flash, since you're doing a Flash movie.
True.
I don't know. I mean,
The logic is so real.
why didn't they just do the Marvel route and just have them all connect to each other?
I mean, they kind of do. With the whole jumping portals in the multiverse, they kind of do. I mean, I think it's a very cool idea. But
No, I'm saying that on the TV shows are connected to the movies. Like, what happens in, like, say, Justice League will affect what will happen on Arrow. That's what that would work, but they've already done what they did, and they really can't. I'm just saying, I don't understand why they didn't just do that in the first place. Hello?
And Supergirls. There's like 3 universes right there.
To me, I just find that confusing. Why not just have them be in the same universe?
What?
It's kind of confusing where it's like Arrow and Flash, they're in the same universe, but Supergirl has her own universe, and Black Lightning has his own universe.
Yeah.
And it's confusing, but at the same time, it kind of does make sense. Where it's like, you know, like say on Flash, you know, Flash is getting his ass beat by some villain, and it's just like, I'm pretty sure he could have easily called Supergirl, and she would have taken care of this in like 2 minutes. So
well, I mean, yeah, true.
So
true, but at the same time, Supergirl has her own shit to do too.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying,
yeah.
like, you know, Flash is getting his ass beat. It's like, I'm pretty sure he could have called Supergirl by now.
And in the Flash universe, don't they have their own Batman? Each one has their own Batman and Superman that we don't ever see, except for Superman and Supergirl series, where you see him for like 2 episodes.
No. On Arrow, they mentioned Bruce Wayne.
I mean, they mentioned them, but they never showed them.
And Carlos Valdez, who plays Cisco, he mentioned that when they went to Earth 2, that there is a Batman, there is a Justice League. And then on Supergirl, they made mention of Gotham and Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, they mentioned them, but they never show them. The only other character from the main Justice League we saw, as far as I know, is because there's Mantis and Superman, but that was in Supergirl, right? Not Mantis, Martian Manhunter. That was all Supergirl, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the dude who plays Superman in Supergirl, it's like he's probably the most awkward-looking Superman.
He's the most what?
To me, he doesn't, like, when I think of Superman, I see him and I just go, he doesn't really look like a Superman.
I mean, I've only seen images. I haven't seen it in action. Because I just hear it about those shows from my mom since she watches them all. I'm like, eh.
I'm not saying he's terrible. He's not worse than Brandon Routh. But
he's an odd choice for Superman.
Yeah, and like, I don't know. I'm not gonna like stand here and judge because I honestly haven't even watched Supergirl.
I eventually want to watch all those shows, but then again, I kind of want to see when the Titans TV show comes out. If that's going to be good or not.
I'm
curious.
I'm just gonna watch it with an open mind. I'm not gonna let the behind the scenes footage spoil it. I'm just gonna go in with an open mind and watch it. And if I like it, I like it.
I mean, it's the same guys who did Flash and all that and all those series. So, I mean, it can't be all that bad. They have a good track record so far. The TV series are doing better than the movies.
And also because we're nerds, we're gonna watch anything that has Marvel or DC attached to it.
Yeah.
So.
Of course, that's going to be on the streaming service for DC.
Yeah. So it
I don't know if I'm going to pay for that.
I don't know if you ever seen that Saturday Night Live skit where Chris Pratt was hosting.
TNT is buying it.
And he was like, he was doing a...
They're going to...
Do you hear me? Hello?
Hi.
No, I was saying that there was a skit that Chris Pratt was doing on Saturday Night Live where he was doing like a skit where he was promoting Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one. And he was basically, the whole point of the skit was that if it's Marvel, you'll watch it. It's like, if you like Guardians of the Galaxy, get ready for a bunch of shopping carts.
Oh yeah, I'd watch that.
Produced by Marvel Studios.
Yep, I'd watch that.
And if you like that, you'll like Ant-Man. It's literally about a guy who turns into an ant.
Yes. Just saying, yeah.
Like, fuck yeah. A bunch of shopping carts? Hell yeah. But, yeah, DC's own streaming service, we'll see how that works out.
We'll see how much it costs.
Yeah, I pretty much have, like, all the apps, so I don't know. We'll see how that works.
So right now, the only apps I have as far as streaming goes, my family pays for Netflix.
Yeah.
I have VRV and Funimation. That's it. So right now I pay $15 a month for streaming.
I have Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, which I buy Amazon Prime just to get things. I didn't even know that they had their own like video TV thing.
Oh, they do. They bought Lord of the Rings.
Oh yeah, I know about
So
it.
they're making a long ass 5-season Lord of the Rings TV series.
Yeah. Peter Jackson apparently they're asking him if he wants to be like a consultant or producer or whatever. Because the rumor was that he had two choices to either do that or do a DC film, and then he kind of came out and said, I don't even read comics, so no, I'm not doing a DC film. It's like, I'm pretty sure none of the directors that do Marvel or DC ever read comics.
I disagree. I'm sure the Russo brothers did.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, you don't have to love it to enjoy it. It's like, at the end of the day, as a director, you're gonna be interested in directing something as long as the content and the script is good.
Yeah.
Same thing if you're an actor. A lot of actors, have said that they wouldn't pass on doing a superhero film. It all depends on the script. If they like the script and they like the story.
Yeah.
And
Marvel has a good track record, and now actors are like, take us, please, we need money.
And then at the same token, you have actors that snub their noses at superhero films, or they're actually afraid to do a superhero film.
Well, it depends on which company you're talking about. Yeah, if you're doing DC, I would be afraid.
Well, because John Bernthal plays the Punisher, he said a lot of actors, are legit afraid to do one.
True.
Because John Bernthal, he said he took the Punisher role because, in his words, he doesn't wear a fucking cape. He's a real guy. Like he just seems like a dude. Whereas a lot of superheroes, they wear capes, they wear tights. Even Mark Ruffalo, he loves playing the Hulk, but at the same time, he describes it as just he feels stupid for having to wear like this green suit with all these little tennis balls on it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like Matthew McConaughey said that he wants to do a superhero film already.
Did you know, fun fact, that they teased a giant MCU TV crossover?
They've been talking about that for a while.
Well, no, apparently it got really talked about. Like, hinted at, that's what they were trying to do with like Netflix and the Shield and stuff, and I'm like, that'd be cool. I'd watch that.
Alright, because apparently Daredevil might be in the Spider-Man sequel.
Spider-Man video game.
No, not just that. He apparently might be in the Homecoming sequel.
I don't believe that.
It's a big apparently. So,
The only thing I heard about Daredevil is that he's in the Spider-Man video game.
yeah,
Apparently.
that I heard about, which is freaking awesome, and it's another reason I need to get a PS4. Like a lot of the actors on the Netflix shows, when they think of a crossover, they're not sure if it would work because two different companies and like two different types of worlds. Because the Netflix shows, pointing out the obvious, they're very dark. They're more for adults, whereas the movies are more for kids.
Yeah.
So like, how would you make the Netflix characters more suitable for the movies without having to like, what's the word? Fuck, I'm blanking on the word.
Mm-hmm.
Without having to make them, look, I guess too silly or just stupid, but just like kind of in the middle.
Like, keep them as they are and let them go full force instead of like holding them back. Because, to be perfectly honest, a lot of the power sets are kind of held back, so they can only do so much. Like, really let the characters do what the hell they want. Like, let them go full force. If you get what I'm talking about. Like, show off the characters. Show off Jessica Jones 110%.
True.
And I shall be right back. So just talk about something. I shall be back.
Alrighty. I mean, with Jessica Jones, you put on Marvel, her whole character is that she's a drunk. So you can't just have a character drinking beer every 5 minutes in a movie, in a Disney-owned property movie that's for kids. I don't know, maybe with this Fox merger that will kind of change things. I'm not sure how it would affect the movies. I mean, pointing out the obvious, but I'm not sure how it would affect the Netflix shows. Here's another interesting, fact. Disney buys Fox. Would they make more Netflix shows with, newly owned characters? That's an interesting question. Like a live-action Netflix X-Men show. And then, Luke Cage, who I'm pretty sure Luke Cage can work in the movies. Iron Fist can work in the movies. Punisher, I would love to see him in the movies, but this type of Punisher, I'll put it to you this way, he ripped a dude's head off and threw it in a fucking hole. So, I don't know. I just hope they don't water him down if they put him in a movie. But, yeah. Alright, so Devin is, I'm assuming he's in the restroom. Right now, I am watching Twitch. And I'm watching someone play Legend of Zelda. Which I don't know why. For some reason, I don't know, I like to have the TV on when it's on mute. When I'm doing shit. Or like if I'm studying or doing a paper or doing this show. I don't know, to kind of keep my attention up.
I am back.
Yay!
Yeah.
Did you have to go one or two?
I went to go get dinner.
So is that two?
Sure. I'm gonna go take the world's largest shit.
No, you can't. Anywho, did you want to start talking about Hereditary already?
Oh, Hereditary, yes.
Alright, so anyone that's listening, I'm going to post a show afterwards, after I edit it. If you haven't seen the movie, I suggest skipping this part, or stop listening, or if you don't give a shit, we're going to give out spoilers. How this usually works is me and Devin will take turns, I guess, covering one half of the movie, and then we'll cover the second half. So we're going to get out spoilers galore. I saw this movie on Monday, right after I got out of school. Went to Draft House, and hadn't been to Draft House in a while, because the last time I went there, Betty's phone got stolen. And it's the one by my house, or one by our house. So it's like literally 2 minutes away. So I went there because it was closer. I didn't feel like driving all the way to like Casablanca or Cielo Vista. Which I probably should have went to Cielo Vista because it was closer to work. Because I had to pick her up afterwards. But all right, let's start with Hereditary. Did you want to start it off, or do you want me to?
It's been a while. It's been like 2 weeks, so I'm gonna start it off. But I don't know. But I might forget some stuff. It's been like a week and a half since I've seen it, so I saw it the first weekend it came out.
Yeah.
So basically, Hereditary is a family drama first and a horror film second.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about a family.
Mm-hmm.
who goes through tragedy after tragedy, starting with the death of the grandmother, or the main character Annie's mother.
Okay.
And it starts with their funeral, and the daughter goes up there and talks about how there are a bunch of random shady people in the funeral home. And I won't be. That's really the most significant thing about the funeral, is that there's some random people that she's never even met there at said funeral. That watching it, I was like, oh, that's a little weird. Okay. What else? So after the funeral, at some point the mom goes to a grief group to talk about losing her mother and try to deal with it, I guess. Mm-hmm. Even though she wasn't really close to her, and she mentions how her mother is not the best person in the world, and how she kept her son away from her, but then gave her daughter to her, essentially. And she kind of wishes she didn't do that. And I don't blame her, because her mother sounds like a goddamn crazy psycho. Anyway.
Yeah,
anyway.
Like, not to like step on your thunder or anything like that, but like she had mentioned that like her when she was talking to her daughter Charlie, she mentioned you're her favorite, right? When I breastfed you, she wanted to breastfeed you, and she wouldn't even let me near you. When I heard that, I was like, hopefully she didn't actually breastfeed her. And there was like this like, I don't know what those things are that her job is, where she has to where she makes like miniatures of everybody.
An artist for galleries and stuff.
Yeah, she basically just makes like little dolls or little tiny miniatures of everybody. And she made one of her mom basically holding her breast out while she's holding her infant daughter. I'm like, what in the actual fuck? But just continue.
And she also talks about how her brother committed suicide.
Yeah.
And I'm like, girl, and how you're still around working and living life is a miracle if you have to go through all that shit. After that, it's kind of like normal stuff. It's normal little weird things, because the family is just weird in general. And then one night, Peter, her oldest son, wants to go to a party. And Annie says, oh, take your sister Charlie with you. Now, Charlie is a little odd.
A little?
Has health issues and all sorts of stuff. She's socially awkward.
Yeah. Like,
really bad. And she's allergic to, like, everything. So Peter takes his sister with him. And they're at a party, and he's down in a room smoking pot as her sister is eating chocolate cake. And it turns out the cake has nuts in it.
Ugh.
The sister is allergic to nuts. So when Peter finds out, he drives home, going 100 miles per hour, right?
Oh, my
God. And her throat's closing up. So she opens up the car window to put her head out the window to try to breathe. And when he's going 100 to 150 miles per hour, they come across a pole, and Charlie's head hits the pole and comes clean off, decapitates her. And her head's on the side of the road as he keeps driving.
Okay, what was your theater's reaction when that happened?
Everyone was like, Jesus Christ!
I was where I was at Alamo Draft
mortified.
House, because like the movie just came out like a week.
Yeah.
And like I went to go see it. I went to Draft House, and it was like kind of a relatively small theater, but it was I guess like half packed.
Yeah.
And there was these two dudes sitting behind me. When that happened, I just heard, "Holy shit!" I did not.
You know
Go ahead.
Go on. No, go on.
I was gonna say, like, because I explained this movie to a friend of mine at work, because he's into like kind of virtualist, the same shit you're into, but he's more like, I was telling him that the movie's kind of fucked up, and he goes, "Is it as bad as a Serbian film?" I'm like, Serbian film is traumatizing. This film is This film fucks with your head.
Yeah, it does.
I didn't spoil anything for him. What I said was like, when you watch the trailer for the film is very misleading, because basically the everything that happens in the trailer of the film is like the first 10 minutes of the film.
Exactly.
Like, literally within, like, the first 25 and 30 minutes of this film, the daughter dies.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, holy fuck, it's like anyone's game right now.
I know, because it's. I went to the movie, watching a couple different reviews, heard people say it's boring the first 2 hours. After watching it, I'm like, were you watching the same movie? Because I didn't know where the heck this thing was going. Because usually with horror films, I can figure out where's the end game. With this movie, I had no idea what the end game was at all. It was like turn after turn, like, where are we going? You're driving, I'm just sitting here watching, because I don't know what's going on.
I actually didn't think it was boring. It kept my interest for the whole movie.
Exactly, it did.
Like, I just sat back in my chair and I was just like, holy shit, what the fuck's gonna happen now? What? Yeah. Like, I'll take over for a bit. Like,
right.
Basically, all right. When that scene happened, the main character, I think his name is Thomas Wolfe, or the actor. Mm-hmm. He was
Alex Wolff.
Alex Wolff, who he was on Nickelodeon. And he was on the show Naked Brothers Band.
Yeah.
So, anyways, that's neither here nor there. Anyways, right after that happens, it cues in onto his face. The camera pans onto his face. Yeah. Which to me, I like the camera work in that in this movie, in that scene. Uh-huh. It goes onto his face, and his eyes are just all glassy. Yeah. And he's just sitting there for a minute. So it felt like 90 seconds. He was sitting there thinking, "What the fuck am I supposed to do?" And he just looks into the mirror, almost to say, like, don't look, don't look, don't look. Mm-hmm. And it shows her fucking head, like, on the side of the road.
Yes. Oh.
So, for a second, I thought her whole body, like, went out of the car. But no, her head just got, like...
taken off, clean off.
Here's my question. Why was there a random pole in the middle of the road?
It was a light. It was a light. It had a light on it.
Are you sure? Because it looked like they were driving, like, in a pitch-black desert.
Well, yeah. It was either a light or it was, like, a phone line. Either way, it was a bit random to have that pole there. I'm thinking it was a phone line.
Yeah, it's...
Maybe a light. I don't know.
It reminds me of the Family Guy episode, why is there always a fruit stand? But anyways, he kind of pulls himself together and drives home. He just puts the car in park and goes into bed. He doesn't fall asleep. It looked like he literally... had his eyes open the whole night. The most cringe-worthy scene was you hear his mom tell his dad, all right, I'm going to go. You just hear her talk. You don't see her. But you hear her talk. You hear her walk down the stairs and go outside. And you hear her let out this, like, blood-curdling scream, which made me uneasy. Well, that made me uneasy. To me, Toni Collette, like, she deserves an Oscar nod for this.
Yeah, she needs an Oscar, like, stat.
To me... she has one of those faces where, like, when she's distraught, sad, like, just heartbroken, you can see it in her face. Her face, like, kind of made me uneasy in a lot of these films. And a lot of these scenes in this movie.
She nailed it.
And then Gabriel Bryan, who played the husband, he did a great job in this as well. Uh-huh. Anyways, after this, they had the funeral for the daughter. I'm kind of blanking on what happened next.
Not much happens after that, except until Joan.
Yeah, they had the funeral, and then Toni Collette, she attempts to go back to the one of those, like, meetings for people dealing with loss. She decides to pull out, and then she sees some random lady stop her. Her name is Joan, who talks to her and saying, "Hey, my kid and my grandson died, and yada yada yada." She says, "You need someone to talk to. Here's my number. Here's my address. We can meet up and talk."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So she meets up with her, and they talk for a bit. And Toni Collette's character Annie tells her, "This is what happened to my daughter." Later on, they meet up at, like, an arts and crafts store. Yeah. And, they talk again, and Joan tells her, "Oh my God, you're not going to believe what happened. I met up with a medium, and I was able to get in contact with my grandson." And they meet up at her house, where she tells her, "I need you to put your hand over my hand on the glass, but don't use pressure." She calls out for her grandson, and she pulls out an item that he liked, which was a chalkboard.
Yeah.
As if to say, William, let us know that you're here. And he writes, I love you. And then he moves the glass, which, that freaks the shit out of Annie.
Yeah.
Going on with the family, to me, like, the best scene in the movie was the dinner table where Annie and Peter just kind of went at it. Where both of them made good points. There was a funny line in it where Annie goes, "I hate that face you make with your face."
Yeah.
And Gabriel Byrne just sitting there the whole time, like, what the fuck? Like, you two need to stop. And, Annie just tells him, I know it wasn't your fault. I know you didn't mean to, but you haven't even apologized, blah, blah, blah. And then Peter ends it with, well, Charlie didn't even want to go to the party, Mom. Did you think about that? And then
I would have.
Go ahead.
Side note, I would have backhanded him if I was his mother and he said that to me. I would backhand him.
Well, I mean, it's kind of true.
Yeah, but that was my initial reaction. And like, if I was in that shoes, I was like, boom. I would just smack out of impulse. Because that was a bit uncalled for. So you don't put the blame on completely on your mother.
Not to say it was her fault. It's just like both of them have their reasons as to why they're pissed off at each other. So they're both in the right. They're both in the right and the wrong to be mad at each other.
Yeah, this is true.
So because like you can't. It's not like she knew that something was going to happen.
Exactly.
But at the same time, who the fuck serves cake at a party?
That's true.
At a high school party, who the fuck serves cake?
And if she's that allergic to peanuts, do you think I would look before I take a bite of that.
Yeah, it's like earlier when she ate that piece of chocolate at the funeral, like she knew that there weren't nuts in it.
Exactly.
Why do you not ask before you eat sweets or anything in general, are there nuts in this?
Exactly.
Anyway.
That's what I would have done. Anyway. Or
Peter, same thing. Why didn't she just go up to the people serving cake and be like, are there nuts in the cake? So anyways, they had that argument. And this proceeds for Annie to have a lot of fucked up dreams. She reveals, excuse me, when she's talking to Joan that her and Peter don't have the best relationship because even before Charlie died was that she said that she used to sleepwalk a lot and that one night she was sleepwalking, she woke up and she had paint in her hand and she sprayed it all over her kids and was almost about to light a match before the sound of Peter screaming woke her up.
Yeah.
She has a dream where she's talking to Peter and she's telling him, I never wanted to have you. Which to me was like, that was like one of those scenes where you're like, I think like in the theater, people were like, holy fuck. And she's like,
I was literally like, damn, the tea.
And she was like continuing to like add on to it, like I tried to have miscarriages. I tried to do everything I wasn't supposed to do. And the whole time, the actor Alex Wolff is just like, to me, he's a terrible crier. I'm sorry, but like his crying in this movie was annoying.
Yeah.
He was like, Mommy, why are you killing me? Why do you want to kill me?
Yeah, he's a good actor. He's just a terrible crier.
So, you kind of find out that it's a dream sequence because both of their hair becomes like really wet.
Yeah.
And then he lights on fire, and then she wakes up again.
Yeah.
Another scene earlier is Alex Wolff? He's laying in bed, and then all of a sudden he hears, which is what his sister would do, which I can't hear that anymore without getting creeped out. He sees Charlie in the corner of his room, and then all of a sudden these pair of hands come out from under his bed and try to take his head off. The camera pans to Gabriel Byrne, who hears it, goes upstairs, and then his mom is just conveniently in the room. And she's like, I didn't try to kill you.
Yeah. Yeah, that movie just gets weirder at that point.
And then, I'm probably skipping over a few things. No, you know,
Things are not really that important, but
yeah, and then the big twist comes where you come to find out that Joan was actually a friend of their mom's. Like they were both.
wait. Well, this is after the fact that they do the seance and contact Charlie in the afterlife, or what they think is Charlie, and then they find out that Joan knew her mother, and from there it goes south real quick. Like the last 30 minutes is bam, 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 just one after another of just what the fuck.
But yeah, like they have the seance, and that's when things start getting fucked up. Peter's at school, and then all of a sudden, I guess he sees his sister. No, actually, no, that didn't happen. He sees his reflection in the mirror smiling back at him, and he freaks out, and he goes to the restroom, and he has to come home. Annie, she finds out that her mom and Joan were tight, and they are both in the same fucked up shit, which is, dark arts or whatever.
Hell yeah.
Which kind of comes to our ending with the notion of, which has now been debunked as being which is now dangerous. You're not supposed to burn, a loved one's items that just passed on, because that just makes it worse. That does not make the spirit go away. She thinks by burning Charlie's sketchbook that it'll make everything go away. Yeah. When she burns it into the fireplace, her husband burns.
He just gets lit, and I was like, whoa!
And before that happened, Peter was at school, and out of nowhere, his face just looks kind of like Charlie's. And he proceeds to bang his own face onto the desk and break his nose. And then his father gets burned up, and then right when that happens, Annie officially has become possessed by whatever this demon is. Yeah. Peter wakes up, goes downstairs, which this is where the movie kind of gets a little weird and comical at the same time.
Can I get over from here?
Go ahead.
All right, so this is my favorite part of the movie. So at this point, after his mother gets possessed, Peter starts walking around going, "Mom, Dad, hello," and he finds his father's charred body, and he's like, "What the heck?" The best part of this movie is the jump scares, because there's literally none really, and all the scares are presented to the viewer in full without you're not like. For example, you don't have Peter going around a corner in a hallway and something jumps out at him. Oh no, they show you everything you need to see in a wide view for the scares. And I love the way it was executed, because he's in the living room looking at his dead father's body, and you see his mother in the corner of the ceiling just spider walking there, and then she spider walks all along the wall and leaves. And you're just like, hello? I was terrified.
I was creeped out, when I saw her on the ceiling, I was like, fuck. And then when he turns around, that's when she's gone. And then out of nowhere, she just appears and chases after him, and then she trips. Which this is what I mean by it becomes comical, in a sense, where it's just like they're doing things that are supposed to be kind of creepy and what the fuck, but they're just kind of funny.
I didn't think they were funny. I mean, you might have thought it was comical. I didn't think it was comical, though. Personally.
Out of nowhere, you just see these, weird, naked, old people.
Yeah.
Which is just like, what the fuck?
The cult members.
Yeah, cult members. And then Peter goes into the attic where his mom is trying to... Go ahead.
Yeah, he goes into the attic, and his mother is hanging on the ceiling, banging her head against the door. And I was like, Jesus Christ. Don't open that door, boy. Don't do it. And he sees naked people. And then his mother ends up being in the attic, and she ends up sawing off her own head.
Yeah, she just kept stabbing. She just kept stabbing herself in the neck. And he turns around and sees more naked old people, and then he decides to pull a Tom Cruise and jump out a window.
I was shook.
So he is pretty much dead, and then you see this little beam of light go into him, which turns out to be the spirit of his sister. This is probably the funniest part, is when you see his mom's dead body float into the attic, or no, float into the treehouse, which is just like, oh, come on.
Yeah. So what does he do? He goes into the treehouse, and he sees all these people bowing to him, bowing to this statue. And it comes to the end, and you get this, basically you get the camera view on Peter for the whole ending. And you hear, I think it's Joan or somebody talking about how he is the vessel for one of the 8 demon kings of hell.
Paimon.
Paimon. And Paimon. And is they summoned one of the 8 kings of hell, and he possessed him. Because I guess Charlie was supposed to be the vessel, but she needed a male host. So basically, from what I gathered, it was Charlie possessing Peter, and then that was a perfect vessel for Paimon.
Yeah, and then here's a part I left out. Right after Charlie gets decapitated, they actually show her fucking head.
Oh yeah, they show her head rotting in the street the next morning. Ew.
Like, a lot of horror movies recently, they just don't care about dead kids. Like, they'll actually show the
They
kids.
they don't care about kids no more. That's right.
Like in It, they actually showed Georgia getting his arm ripped off.
Hell yeah, they did.
But yeah, the ending. Here's what I meant by the ending. How I felt about it. I got it. I understood it. I don't know. It didn't work for me.
Oh, it did the opposite for me. It was the cherry on top. I was like, hell yeah, demons, bitch, yes.
And like the music they had for it, they made it out to be like, oh, it's a happy ending. No, it's not.
The music was amazing.
It's a happy ending. No, I didn't say the music was bad. I'm saying the music they were using was like, it made you feel like it was a happy ending, but it wasn't a happy ending.
Yeah, it was just, I was not ready for that. And that ending came out of fucking nowhere, and I was just like, wait, what? And then I heard Paimon, and I'm like, I know who that is.
Enlighten us on who Paimon is.
Paimon is one of the 8 princes, or kings, depending on which source you look up. One of the 8 princes or kings of hell. And the other ones include, let me look up so I can make sure. Princes of hell. So you have Lucifer, the Leviathan. Actually, Paimon is not one of them. Well, I mean, he is. He might as well be. Right? I think, yeah, he is. So you have Lucifer, Leviathan, Satan, because apparently Lucifer and Satan are 2 different things. Fun facts. You're going to discover that on Monday, because the Temple of Helios video is on demonology, and I talk about Lucifer and Satan, and if they're really the same or not. So look forward to that, because I dive into that mess. I'm trying to figure that out. So, Leviathan, Beelzebub, and then Paimon, and a few others. But this movie is just, I love it. Because I was like, wait, I'm not ready. What the hell? Because I heard the movie was boring until the last 30 minutes where everything got lit. But after watching it, I'm like, it was fun throughout the whole damn thing. Like, you didn't know what was going on or what was going to happen next. It had you completely immersed, in my opinion. Had me completely immersed in the story to see what the heck happens next.
So, scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate this?
Ooh, I gave it on Sanotations. I did a review for it earlier this week. I gave it a 9 out of 10. It's up there with The Witch. I'm being pretty good.
Gave it an 8 out of 10.
Oh, I want to see the movie again so bad. Can this be released on DVD already? Because I'm gonna buy the fuck out of that movie.
I'll probably just wait till it comes out, like maybe on Blu-ray. But,
I want to buy it. I want to see it in the theater again. Before I go, because I'm about to go in a few minutes. Before I go, do you want to talk about The Nun?
Yes, we must.
Also, fun fact: Valak is a real demon
Yeah, I read about
in
that.
Christianity. He's a real thing. He's the prince or the king of snakes or whatever. He's a real thing. First off, what did you think of the trailer? Did you like it or not?
It was like very short and very vague. I mean, obviously because it was a teaser, but I liked it. I just expected more. I don't know. I'm probably just being picky. But I liked it. I am obviously going to see it when it comes out. I just expected a little bit more.
I agreed. I loved it, but it's like, okay, I expected a little more meat in there. You know, meat and potatoes. All I got was maybe the starter salad. So I expected a little more.
Because
I'm like, you know what? I'm going to see it. It's going to be fucking. It's going to be good.
Because the majority of the trailer was just saying, you know, from the Conjuring universe, and then it just showed Teresa Farmiga, who's the sister of Vera Farmiga in The Conjuring.
Yeah.
It just shows her character talking to the priest, and then at the end it shows, you know, the jump scare of the movie, or the jump scare of the trailer, which I'm not gonna lie, got me. I was actually in the office at the courthouse interning, and then I was watching that trailer, and when that happened, I jumped. I was like, oh shit! But
that trailer. That jump scare in the trailer got me as much as the Halloween trailer jump scare at the very end. That got me too. So those two jump scares in the trailers both got me. I was like, oh!
That scared you?
The Halloween one?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah, the closet? I wasn't ready. I didn't think... I didn't think he was going to be behind it like he was.
You had to have known he was going to be
like,
behind it.
Let's be real. I mean, I did, but at the same time, it still got me. Like, it got me. I was like, fuck! It got me.
I don't know. It was just too obvious, because it's like, can you close my door, please? And if the door's not fucking closing, there's obviously something in front of it.
It was still good, though. Like, this fall is going to be the season of horror. Horror films are going to be great.
No, the trailer looks good. The movie makes me want to watch it. And, you know, Blumhouse,
hell yeah. I love the Conjuring universe.
They can do no wrong, except for Truth or Dare. But the Halloween trailer looks good. Jamie Lee Curtis looks like a badass.
Yes.
Here's the one thing that just kind of made me go, oh, come on. In the beginning of the trailer, when those two random British people go to the prison to talk to Mike, they just randomly have his mask. Where it's like, why the fuck would you show him the mask? Like, what's the point of showing him the mask?
Or something? God only knows.
I don't know. It's like, let's show him this mask, and let's see how he reacts to it. It's like, he's going to kill you.
He did. He killed the girl.
He killed the girl. It didn't really show what happened to the guy. Like, he randomly had teeth in his hands. So that had to have belonged to somebody that he killed.
Yeah.
Jamie Lee Curtis is basically going to be the fucking Punisher in this movie.
I hope so. And I hope she finally kills him. Or not. Make more sequels.
Nah, Danny McBride pretty much said that there's going to be a sequel. Danny McBride's one of the writers on.
Heck yeah! Make a new Halloween series. I'm down for that.
So, and anyone that doesn't know, this is a direct sequel from the first movie. The first movie that came out in 1978. So basically, anything that came after that first one is irrelevant. You know, 2, 3, 4, 5, a Shuo, the shitty one with Busta Rhymes. And then the Rob Zombie remakes that I want to forget about.
Okay, the second one I can forget about. The first one was lit.
Alright, I don't like Rob Zombie because it's just like, hey, I'm going to be violent for the sake of being violent. Well, why? Because it's my art. Oh, fuck you.
I look at Gorefest, and Rob Zombie delivers in the Gorefest.
Oh, he just sucks. White Zombie sucks. Rob Zombie, the artist, sucks, and his movies suck. But that's another show we can do. I don't know. But do you need to head out right now?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go. I will let you know tomorrow if I'm able to do next Sunday. If not, I'll see my schedule for the following.
Yeah, that's like I said.
Or Sunday even.
Like I said, if you can't do it, if can't do one next week, we can we can do a Sunday show. But like I mentioned earlier, as of now, every Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. here on Spreaker, the Drew Yari show will be going live.
Yes.
And then Sundays are an optional show. So
That works.
Two shows a week, with the second being optional.
That works. That works.
All right, Dev. Appreciate you taking time out of your day to be on.
Of course, I love it. It's great.
All right, and yeah, I'll text you later. Just go out and have fun, brother.
Okay.
All right, laters.
Later.
All right, like I promised earlier in the show, this Sunday I will be doing a pay-per-view review show of Money in the Bank. Hopefully my friend Bob will be able to join the show, which I haven't heard anything about him not being able to. But yeah, it will be right after Money in the Bank this Sunday. So right now I will be doing a prediction show. Alright, let me just pull up the matches. Alright, WWE Money in the Bank, sponsored by Gold Bomb, will be June 17th, 2018, at the Allstate Arena in Rosemont, Illinois. Let's look at the matches on the card. There's going to be 10 matches. Wow. First match is the pre-show match. I just drank some Dr. Pepper, so I'm maybe burping a lot. The WWE SmackDown Tag Team Championships. The Bludgeon Brothers, the Tag Team Champions, versus Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, the Good Brothers. So the Bludgeon Brothers are the Good Brothers. I don't hate the Bludgeon Brothers. I just liked them better when they were Harper and Rowan. I don't understand why they just didn't have them come out as just badass guys that can just go out there and kick your ass. But no, let's give them a silly gimmick where they're dressing like a shitty new metal band, holding Nerf hammers that they can't really hit anyone with. I don't know. Gallows and Anderson, I don't hate them. I mean, I personally think they have a lot of personality. They have shown it on Southpaw Championship Wrestling. You know, especially Carl Anderson. He's actually a pretty funny dude who has a hot Asian wife, according to him. I would like to see Gallows and Anderson win this, and then you can have like this big group of them and AJ Styles, where the club has all the gold. Yeah, Gallows and Anderson, kind of want them to win. Main card. Let's just start from the bottom. Daniel Bryan versus Big Cass. I mean, they're obviously putting Daniel Bryan in this program with Cass, because let's just face it, Cass sucks. In Enzo and Cass, he was just the cleanup guy. Enzo was the entertainer. He was the hype man. He was the guy that could go out there and talk everyone into the building. Cass was just the guy that would just say SAWFT. Cass just sucks. He can't talk. He is not that good of a wrestler. I don't get what this company's obsession is with big, tall, stumbling white guys that can't wrestle. A la Baron Corbin. If I had to predict something, I would say Daniel wins by disqualification. Cass, does something to get himself disqualified, like he beats the shit out of Daniel, and Bryan doesn't stop, or he uses a steel chair on him. So yeah, Daniel Bryan by disqualification, if I had to pick anything. Next match, Intercontinental Championship, Seth Rollins versus Elias. I'm gonna be shocked when these two lock up that they're not gonna meld into each other like the T-1000 from Terminator, because they literally look alike. They both have the same leather pants. They both have the same wristbands. They have the same beard, the same greasy wet hair. But I like both of them. Seth Rollins, I wouldn't be surprised if he lost, because he's longed for better things. Because Seth Rollins, since Mania, has become, actually, I don't even think since Mania. I think literally, I remember it was that Raw that was before Elimination Chamber, where he basically wrestled. I think he wrestled for an hour, and he beat Roman Reigns and John Cena clean. And ever since then, Seth Rollins has organically got himself over with the crowd. Not by having a gimmick, not by having a T-shirt, not by going John, and having that weird laugh. No, he's gotten himself over by just being, hey, I'm Seth Rollins. I'm a great wrestler. I'm very athletic. I can have great matches. And people, yell, burn it down when I come out. I've always been a Seth Rollins fan, even before then. But now, it's hard not to like him. Elias I like too. He's been another guy that the company hasn't rushed. They've kind of kept him on the back burner for a bit, and that works. Because, they don't just want to, make the same mistake like they did with Roman Reigns. Where it's like, oh, you like Roman Reigns? We'll put him on. We'll give him 20 minutes of talking time on Raw. No. But, if I had to guess, I would say Elias is going to win. Because the rumors that they want Seth Rollins, to be the champ because Brock is leaving after SummerSlam, which we can kind of get into that later. Elias is going to win because Seth is going to move on to bigger and better things. Next match is Bobby Lashley versus Sami Zayn. Okay. I don't despise Bobby Lashley like a lot of people I listen to. A lot of podcasts I listen to just do not like Bobby Lashley. Like in 2007, when Bobby was at his peak and he was competing in a high-profile WrestleMania match and he was the ECW champion. Bobby Lashley's never bothered me. I never was a huge fan of him, but I didn't despise him. Why does the company like to take small little snippets of what people say in their promos and make it a part of their character? Like Bobby Lashley comes back and he does an interview where he's talking about his sisters. They decide to have a segment where they have Sami Zayn interview men in drag who are supposedly Bobby Lashley's sisters. And they're having Sami prove that Bobby Lashley is an All-American and can do these All-American push-ups. Which, I'll be honest, I've only seen the clips of what's going on Raw and SmackDown. And I'm glad, from what I've seen, it looks like I'm not missing much. But, this match, I'm pretty sure Sami Zayn will give Bobby a good match, because Sami Zayn at the end of the day is a great wrestler. So, Bobby's going to win. This will probably be I wouldn't be surprised if it went maybe 12 minutes. Speaking of another disaster, Roman Reigns versus Jinder Mahal. Why is this company still trying to prove that Jinder Mahal is a thing? Why? Supposedly the idea behind this is that putting Roman with Jinder will kind of hinder his boos because the audience already hates Jinder. No. Jinder doesn't even get a reaction. There's a difference between Roman Reigns getting booed out of the building and Jinder Mahal not getting any reaction. If you're a heel and you get no reaction, then it's not that the fans hate your character, they don't like you. You suck. This guy just sucks. He's basically Jinder Mahal, he was the champion for 4 months. Or wait, how long was he the champion? He was the champion for was it 6 months? That long. And they're assuming this whole Jinder project is still gonna work. Just like they're assuming that this Roman Reigns project is gonna work. It's not gonna fucking work. This motherfucker has been main eventing WrestleMania for the past 4 years, and each WrestleMania they have turned down the volume on him because the whole crowd is booing him. This past WrestleMania was the whole crowd was chanting, "This is bullshit," or "This is awful." Not "This is awesome," but "This is bullshit." But "This is awful." And then there's a talk that they want to have Reigns versus Brock again at SummerSlam? Why? Why the fuck why? Because, do you remember what happened last time you had Roman main event, a pay-per-view? Backlash against Samoa Joe? Half of your fucking audience left. Do you want that to happen at what, like your second or third biggest show of the year? At Barclays Center? That whole crowd is going to rip him to pieces. They do not want to see Roman Reigns in the main event. Or at least against Brock. Those two have shitty chemistry. It will not be a good match. Let it be Seth versus Brock. And then you can feed Seth to Roman. It's just, I don't know. I don't understand the thought process of, if it didn't work the first time, why are you going to do it? If it didn't work the first 2 fucking times, why are you going to do it again? Oh yeah, as far as this match goes, I don't care. I would say fucking Roman. Either way, I don't care. Anyways, moving on to another dumpster fire. Carmella. Carmella, the SmackDown Women's Champion, defending her title against Asuka. Asuka better fucking win. Okay, Carmella, okay, she's pretty, but she can't wrestle. She's annoying as fuck to listen to. The only thing she's good at is doing a bad moonwalk, which you get no reaction for, and screaming all the time. It's like John Draper from the Wrestling Soup said, in 2018, if you moonwalk and you get no reaction, then something's wrong. Like on SmackDown, she came out and she got no reaction. And she's the women's champion on SmackDown. That's a big problem. Which means that she's going to be championing until Survivor Series, more than likely. I have a feeling there's going to be some fuckery going on in this match. This is more than likely going to end in DQ, where Carmella's going to get herself disqualified. Or somebody's going to interfere. More than likely, Carmella's going to get herself disqualified. Which, I mean, I get you want to humanize Asuka, because, the whole thing with her streak being ended. She ended her streak at WrestleMania, and then Carmella comes out and cashes in on Charlotte, which is just so what was the point of ending that streak? Yeah, as far as this match, I hope Asuka wins, but I have a feeling there's going to be some fuckery going on. Alright, next match, Raw Women's Champion, Nia Jax versus Ronda Rousey. Another match is going to have a fuck finish. Maddie's more than likely going to come out and cost Ronda the match. Or what would happen is, as a matter of fact, I'll save that for when we get to the women's Money in the Bank. There's going to be some fuckery going on. Nia Jax, I like her, but what is her character supposed to be really? Is she supposed to be a heel?
No, they haven't.
Is she supposed to be a victim? Is she supposed to be a face? What exactly is she? Tell me. Next match, AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Oh, by the way, Nia Jax versus Ronda Rousey. I'm gonna pick Ronda Rousey, and I'll get to it. I'll get to the reason why. All right, next match, last man standing for the SmackDown WWE Championship. AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura. How terrible, how underwhelming has this feud been? I mentioned on Twitter earlier, this could have been Shawn Michaels versus Bret Hart again, or CM Punk versus Daniel Bryan. They basically turned this into Beavis and Butthead. Where, I don't know if anyone watches Supernatural, the Changing Channels episode, Nutcracker! This is basically what this feud has been, where at Mania, they basically just had Nakamura just become, a Japanese hamburger. Hey, what's up? Hold on. Alright. Sorry, saying bye to my girl. They're going to go see Solo, I think. I don't know what they're going to see. I'm assuming it's Solo because they're wearing a Star Wars shirt. Anyways, yeah, this feud has been underwhelming, to say the least. Where at the last, at Backlash, the ending of the match is that they both kick each other in the nuts at the same time they go down. Why would you take AJ Styles, who's, along with Seth Rollins, who I'm kind of torn between, the best wrestlers in the company. You take Nakamura, who's right up there with one of the best workers in the company and one of the most over superstars in the company, you basically turn him into a joke. Like, oh, my name is Shinsuke Nakamura, and welcome to Jackass. I'm going to kick AJ Styles in the nuts. I'm pretty sure that was not how a Japanese guy sounds, but what the fuck ever. Anyways, yeah, Nakamura kicks AJ Styles in the nuts, and they both kick each other in the nuts at the same time, and they go down. That's how the fucking match ends. Which the whole crowd was pissed off at that. And then on SmackDown, they have a contract signing which I thought was interesting. I thought it was kind of funny where Nakamura kept asking for pens and saying, this one went out of ink, or this one broken. And then AJ Styles just slaps him across the face. I hope this match is good. It better be good. It kind of has to be good. Because it's last man standing, so please don't make the majority of this match just be with both guys kicking each other in the nuts. I mean, I'm basically just asking for a lot here, which is what we ask, for from WWE, but I don't know. And then this feud's probably more than likely going to continue at SummerSlam or whatever the next pay-per-view is. But if I had to guess, I'm going to say Nakamura wins. He wins by just continuing to kick AJ in the nuts, or maybe AJ has a cup. If that's the case, AJ wins. I'm just going to pick AJ. I'm picking AJ. Men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Braun Strowman versus Finn Balor versus The Miz versus Rusev versus Bobby Roode versus Kevin Owens versus Samoa Joe versus, to be announced, a member of the New Day, which is probably going to be Big E. I'm going to pick The Miz, solely because The Miz has had, a string of good luck lately. He became a daddy. Him and Seth Rollins stole the show at the last pay-per-view, which was the only good match on the card. The Miz, to me, is just, I don't know if he drank special water. It just seemed like ever since his wife came back into the company, and especially when they put him on SmackDown, he's just gotten better. I don't want to imply that The Miz is lazy or has been lazy. It's just they were just kind of using him as just a guy, as just filler. When he went to SmackDown, especially when he cut that promo on Daniel Bryan about like a year and a half ago, I don't know, his stock has risen. The Miz is one of those guys. He works better with other people around him. Like Alex Riley, Jomo, Maurice. Not that he's bad now. He's actually, his work rate to me has gotten better. If that's the case, he needs to have more kids. But, I'm choosing The Miz. And if not The Miz, I would say Rusev. Because I love Rusev. Who doesn't love Rusev? Women's Money in the Bank. Ember Moon, Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, Becky Lynch, Natalya, Lana, Naomi, and Sasha Banks. The reason why I chose Ronda Rousey to win the championship match is, here's what I think is going to happen. The Women's Money in the Bank is probably going to go on first, and then that Ronda Rousey match is going to happen somewhere later on, where I have a feeling Natty's going to win this, and she's going to cash in on Ronda. Like, Ronda's going to win, and then Natty... It's either going to happen that night on Money in the Bank, or it's going to happen the next night on Raw, where they're celebrating in the ring, and then Natty, betrays her friend. Oh my god! And betrays her, hits her with the Money in the Bank briefcase, cashes in, 1, 2, 3, and then they have this feud leading into SummerSlam, which it should make for interesting matches, because at the end of the day, Natty can actually wrestle. She's actually, I think, probably the best wrestler in the women's division. And they got Ronda Rousey, who, proved that she can actually wrestle, WrestleMania. So it should make for a series of interesting matches. As far as the program goes, I don't know. Natty, great wrestler, but it's one of those things where it's like, we acknowledge that you're a great wrestler and that you've done a lot for this company, but we kind of want you to not be here anymore. I'm sorry. I love Natty, but come on, they're gonna give her this title, this one last title, and then she's gonna go up into the sunset. If not Natty, I would say maybe Becky Lynch. But I don't know, poor little Becky. Like, this company just does not give two shits about her. I mean, she made Charlotte tap out, but come on. I think they just wanted to give her that, just to give her it. So, those are my predictions for Money in the Bank. What are yours? Like I said, this Sunday, I will be having a post Money in the Bank review show with my friend Bob. Hopefully he's able to get on. If not, I'm still going to do the show. And we're going to go live. If Bob's not able to come on, I'll just do a recording and post it later in the night. But so yeah, anyone that was listening to the show live, thank you for listening. I'll be sure to post this in a bit. I just need to do some editing. And like I said, from here on out, every Wednesday at 6:30, I will be having the show will be on live. There's not a guarantee that Devin will be on the show every week. If he's not able to be on, Wednesday next week, we'll more than likely try to get him on Sunday. Like I said, 2 days a week. Sundays are optional, depending on what's going on that week. But I want to thank everyone so much for listening. Thank you for being a fan of the show. And I also want to give a shout out to Wrestling Soup, Anthony Missionary Thomas, who's show the show a little love. Listen to an episode. Hopefully you liked it. And I'm a huge fan of those guys. They're the reason why I'm doing this show. And yeah, that's about it. Just go to my Twitter for the show, the Drew Yari Show. Instagram, just Drew Yari Show, not the. And then we have a Facebook page. And that's pretty much it. Thanks.